Yeah, we're going to have to obviously be at the top of our game, it goes without saying, playing against one of the best teams in world football. So yeah, I think it's about trying to add to the performance, like you said, in March, and we'll do that by obviously analysing the game as we've already started to do as a team since we arrived into camp yesterday, by looking back at the previous games, seeing what we've done well, and what we can improve on.
And just look ahead to Sunday, the Netherlands coming here. They're coming off the back of 2 losses now, albeit for a tough opposition. Would you think there's an opportunity there to take points off them at the moment?
I think there's always an opportunity anytime a team comes to the Aviva. I think we always believe that with our fans behind us, we can perform and get a positive result no matter who the opposition is. And I think we've been quite close to that in recent times. Obviously against France, Portugal before that, Serbia. So against big nations. So yeah, no matter what their form is coming into the game, we'll be looking to go into that game as well, trying to get a positive result as always.
David?
Josh, how are you? Just from a club point of view, how have you found life now in the Premier League so far?
Yeah, it's been enjoyable first and foremost. Obviously the first 3 games haven't gone as we would have liked results wise, but it's still very early stages in the season. A lot to learn, of course, but positive to build on. So yeah, still very early stages, but obviously enjoying being in the Premier League. That's, I think, where every player wants to be, and looking forward to what's to come.
And is maintaining that kind of mentality and the positivity just something that, as a footballer, when you come through everything in terms of development and what you have to be through, that you just have to stick with all the time in terms of that kind of confidence?
Yeah, I think one of the main sort of characteristics any player to get to a professional level has to have resilience. You have to be able to bounce back from disappointing moments, defeats, and also not get too high when you're winning games as well. Trying to keep that sort of constant mindset of working hard every day and looking forward to the next challenge, and that's something that we definitely try to do.
Because even like from a perspective then with Ireland coming into this game, it kind of maybe what separates obviously say elite footballers from say on the outside. From the outside you might think of it being an inferiority complex, and that might hamper a player, but in a game like this it's just something that maybe just doesn't come into your own consideration.
No, definitely. I mean, you go into every game backing your own ability, knowing the talent you have around you in the team as well. Albeit you of course you have respect for the players you're playing against, and what they've done in the game, but when it comes to that 90 minutes or whatever it may be, all of that kind of goes out the window, and you're trying to do everything you can to be better than them on the night and get a result.
Just the last one, probably just one more from me. If you look back at that game, the home game against France, it's probably one of the few moments where people will say, pass me yourself, when it led to the goal. Is that a moment afterwards that kind of you'll replay in your own head, or do you think, I don't know, kind of analysing it, or is it just something you have to just try and forget?
No, yeah, of course it hurts. You're obviously disappointed with yourself in that moment, and yeah, because we care so much, it hurts for a few days after, and yeah, something you have to get over. But like I said, you have to have that resilience to believe in the way you play. Obviously, you have only one chance to make that split-second decision, and not every decision you make on a football pitch is going to be right. And when you're playing against opposition of the level of France, you can get punished. So yeah, something that hurt, no doubt about it, but it's something that I tried to move on from as quickly as I could, and yes, it's really far out of my head now, and I'm looking forward to the game on Thursday.
Anything, please?
Just on that pass and that goal, I mean, does the staff come to you and need you to analyse that, or is it a case where it doesn't need to be said to you, you know it was a mistake, and you just move on from it?
Yeah, I think you move on from it. As a player, I try and set myself high standards, and always analyse my games anyway, and yeah, a moment like that doesn't need too much analysing. You know that you've made a mistake, and yeah, like I said, it's tough to take in that moment and for a few days after, but you take it on the chin and move on.
I'd just ask you about the battle that you face in midfield. I mean, you're up against Premier League international quality every week at club level, but someone like Camavinga, I mean, how do their midfielders rate? Who do you see your personal battle with? How do you prepare for these players who are 70, 80, 90 million?
Yeah, I think you try not to look at it as a kind of one-on-one battle. it's our team against theirs, so it might not be as straightforward as saying it's a match up against an opposition player. I think that the way we'll prepare as a team, we'll try and come up with a game plan and a structure that can nullify the threats they have as a team, and that's what we look to do.
Vincent Kompany, your manager Josh, has done everything in the game. He's won Premier League titles. He's captain Manchester City. How has it increased your confidence, him giving you the captain's armband at Burnley this season?
Yeah, I mean, I've not thought about it too much, to be honest. Whether I have the armband or I don't, I try to be the same player and person on the pitch. Try and lead by example whenever I can. So yeah, having the armband has obviously been nice for me. It's been special to captain a Premier League side, but I wouldn't say I've thought about it too much. I don't think it's changed my approach to games or the way I am. Yeah, I've just tried to carry on doing what I can for the team.
And do you feel in good form coming into this window, because you were excellent games in the last campaign and maybe just haven't hit those heights in the first 3 matches of this particular campaign? Do you feel you can get back to where you were in a green shirt?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling a good place mentally and physically. So, yeah, looking forward to the games. And
just finally, because you've had numerous different midfield partners, has that been a bit of has it made your kind of job a bit of a struggle, because you've had different players in many different games, sometimes down to injuries, whatever the case may be?
No, I don't think so. I think whoever plays together, we've got good sort of strength and depth, and there's different people that can step in, and whoever the manager selects, we're all behind each other and all enjoy playing with each other. So it's just something that you go through different periods of form, ups and downs in football and throughout your career. So yeah, but like I said, I feel in a good place heading into Thursday, and I know the squad's feeling in a good place as well.
Brendan?
Josh, can I ask you, can you measure how much international football has improved you or helped you as a footballer, just your evolution as a player?
Yeah, I think it's helped massively. Playing in massive games for your country, it doesn't get any bigger than that. So to experience that, playing against the level of opposition we have, and playing in the atmospheres and environments, it's all experiences that are only going to improve you going forward. So yeah, I think it's been a massive help for me personally, and I'm sure it feels that way for every player.
We've talked about the misplaced pass against France when Pavard scored. What I remember also about that was how you reacted. I think you were brilliant after that. You were brilliant after that misplaced pass. Obviously, is that a consolation to you when you come off, when you analyse your performance, that you reacted well to that adversity? Yeah,
I think that's all you can do. There's no chance to, certainly on the pitch, after you make a mistake, you can't dwell on it, because it can get away from you very quickly if you do that, and one mistake can be led by a lot more. So it's just something I tried to do, get it out of my head as much as I could on the night. But yeah, then after the game, obviously it hurts. Making a mistake is difficult to take, especially in a game for your country, and a game of the magnitude it was. But it's just one of those things, and when you're on the pitch, you have to try and show that mental strength to get on with it, and still try and put in the best performance you can for the team.
We'll have Philip and John to finish.
I asked this as well, Nathan and Josh. Where do you assess Ireland are at the moment in the group?
I feel like we're well in the group. We know that we're going to have to win games against very good sides, but I feel like we're well in the group, and we believe in ourselves going into the game on Thursday and then going into the game on Sunday, that we can do something special. And I think we showed that in the first performance against France, that we can definitely match them, and that's something that we're looking forward to doing again on Thursday.
What would be something special, do you think? 6 points, 4 points? What?
6 points would be very special. Yeah. I think sitting here now, if you offered any of us 4 points, then we'd be delighted with that as well. But first and foremost, it's about Thursday, and making sure that we prepare right to put in the best performance we possibly can.
Just a point of information, have you played in Paris before?
No, I haven't played in Paris before. No.
Final one from John.
Josh, you know, you're club captain, and we hope John makes it, but there was a chance he won't. Like, if you were handed that honour, how much would that mean to you against, you know, a team of that calibre on that occasion?
Yeah, obviously we're speaking in obviously theoretics. I suppose I don't know. Obviously we all hope John's going to be fit, and knowing the type of person he is, he will do everything to be fit. And yeah, if I was to be given the armband on Thursday or at any point further down in my international career, then obviously it would be right up there with one of the proudest moments of my life. So yeah, that's as much as I can say on it, really.